Over the past 3 years, I've earned over $50,000 exclusively on Upwork as a freelance designer and a video editor. I also achieved top rated plus status, the highest ranking on the platform. But let me tell you, this wasn't just some overnight success story on the platform. It literally took me years of trial and error to get here. If you don't know already, Upwork is one of the biggest freelancing platforms in the world, where businesses hire freelancers for everything, including video editing and design services. What I found is that it's an amazing way to find clients, but it's also highly competitive. You're up against freelancers from all over the world. I made this video because I know how frustrating it is when you're just starting out, sending proposals, getting ignored, and feeling like you'll never land a job. I've been there. So today, I'm breaking down everything that I learned from how I got my first job, the mistakes I made, and the strategies that helped me grow to over 50K in earnings. So before Upwork, I had been a freelance editor for over 8 years. Back then, I had to physically go to businesses, pitch my services in person, and rely on word of mouth to get work. So while my freelance business was doing okay, it wasn't consistent. I tried Fiverr, but I found that the quality of clients wasn't great. Then I found out about Upwork. And after testing it out, I realized that it was a much better fit for my workflow. Simpler applications, better clients, and easier payment processing. But when I first joined, I had literally no idea what I was doing. I thought I'd just sign up, apply for jobs, and start making money. Which, spoiler alert, that did not happen, right? My first few weeks were brutal. I sent out tons of proposals, got ignored, priced myself way too low, and I couldn't figure out how to stand out. So my first job, I practically gave it away. I charged way less than I should have just to get my foot in the door. But that first client left me a very great review, and that review led to more clients, better opportunities, and higher rates. If you're in the creative field, there are tons of simple jobs that clients post on Upwork. Some examples are adding a title screen, fixing audio, or doing very quick edits. You can apply to these fast jobs, focus on stacking your reviews, and you can let the Upwork algorithm work in your favor. So one of the best things you can do as a beginner is earn the Rising Talent badge. This was a game changer for me. Once I got it, I noticed that I was landing way more clients, and my account started gaining traction. But here's something that I wish somebody had told me when I just got started. Your first job on Upwork is literally the hardest. But once you land that very first client and you get a great review, the doors start opening. One of the hardest parts about freelancing is finding clients and generating leads for your business. And I personally feel like Upwork assists you with this once you prove that you have the skills and you can provide a great client experience. That's why I say to focus on providing great experience and customer service while you're stacking up good reviews for your profile. However, I will say this, it is very difficult to keep pushing even when you're not seeing results. There were countless times when I wanted to give up because I couldn't land a client, but thankfully, I was able to keep pushing and land that very first person. You just want to keep going and keep pushing. It's hard, but once you get the ball rolling, it is more than worth it. So now let's talk about the most important part, the strategies that help me break through the noise on Upwork and actually scale my earnings. So strategy number 1, optimizing my profile. Your Upwork profile is like your online resume. I made sure my title was clear, my bio explained how I could help solve client problems, and my portfolio showcased my best work. So strategy number 2, writing proposals that get responses. Most people send generic copy and paste proposals. I used to do this, but I noticed that I was getting ignored every single time. But once I started sending short, personalized proposals that focus on the client's needs, my response rate literally skyrocketed. I switched up my approach and I started sending short, personalized proposals that got straight to the point. So instead of saying, "Hi, I'm a video editor and designer with over 8 years of experience. I'd love to work on your project." Instead, I would say, "Hey, I checked out your project and I noticed you need help with specific issues that they mentioned in their job application. I've worked with brands like so-and-so and helped them achieve a specific result. Here's an example of a similar project that I worked on," and I would attach my portfolio. If you're interested, I'd love to chat. The key here is to show the client that you actually read their job post and that you already have a solution in mind. This very small tweak dramatically increased my response rate and helped me land higher paying clients. Well, strategy number 3, raising my rates and getting better clients every single time. At first, I can acknowledge that I charge way too little, but after getting a few good reviews, I slowly started to increase my rates. The crazy thing is that clients didn't even question it because my work was reflecting that rate increase. One of the biggest mistakes I made early on was underpricing my services. What I thought is that if I charged lower, I'd get more clients. And while that worked for getting my very first few jobs, I quickly realized that low-paying clients are often the most demanding. So after I had a few good reviews, I started gradually increasing my rates. This is something I wish I had done sooner, so don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. If you have a strong profile, great portfolio, and good reviews, clients will pay premium rates for quality work. So Upwork is great, But let's be honest, it's not always smooth sailing. There were a few key challenges that I faced along the way. So challenge number 1, dealing with low-paying clients. In the beginning, I took on clients that paid very little just to build my profile, but I quickly learned that not all clients are worth it. Some will try to lowball you, ask for endless revisions, and micromanage your work. These are the clients that you generally want to avoid. Upwork fees. So one thing that really stings when you start making good money on Upwork is the service fee. So as of now, Upwork takes about 10 to 20% of your earnings, depending on how much you made with the client. While this can be frustrating, I see it as a cost of having the platform that brings clients to me without me having to do outbound marketing, burnout, and inconsistent work. So freelancing is not all sunshine and roses, right? It can be unpredictable. Some months I had tons of work, and other months were completely dry. That's why it's so important to build relationships with repeat clients. So instead of just relying on one-off projects, I eventually landed long-term clients that provided steady work, which helped me avoid the stress of constantly looking for new gigs. So now that I've been freelancing on Upwork for a few years, would I still recommend it in 2025? Yes, but with the strategy. If you're just starting out, Upwork is one of the best ways to get experience, build a portfolio, and start making money as a freelancer. But it's not something you can just wing. So that said, Upwork is not for everyone. If you're impatient, you hate competition, or you expect to make thousands overnight, you'll probably get frustrated and quit. But if you treat it like a real business, put in the effort, and keep improving, Upwork can be an incredible tool for building financial independence. Alright Grace, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you need a professional editor and designer to take your content to the next level, or if you just want help building up your Upwork profile and landing clients, let's work together. Check the links in the description and let's get started. Also, if you found this video helpful, drop a comment below and let me know your biggest struggle with freelancing. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And finally, if you like this video, go ahead and watch this video next.